Hello everyone, this is Vicki Verley. Thank you so much for joining me for your monthly Tarotscopes. These monthly mini readings offer a glimpse into what it's really like to have a personal consultation with me. A private reading is much more personal and in-depth. I psychically tune into your energy and get visions and impressions that are specific only to you. If you would like to order a personal reading from me, or check out some of the other products and services that I offer, you can do so by checking out the link below. And now, without further ado, on to the reading. Cancer. Hello, Cancer. Thanks for joining me for your February free tarot reading with Animal Totem card. Let's get right into this reading for you guys. Alright, I'm going to shuffle up for Cancer for February 2012. Oh, I like that. I'm not going to talk about it though until we get all the cards out. Okay. Oh, there it is. There's our last two cards. Alright, let's take a look. Well, that Empress being the first card out is a great sign, I think, you know. Empress is a beautiful card. And what we do, in fact, have Empress and the Sun in the same reading. So sometimes that'll be somebody's going to have a baby, or is pregnant, going to have a baby. Because Empress is the pregnancy card, and the Sun, of course, has a little baby on it. So sometimes it'll mean somebody's going to have a baby. But Empress, there's much more to the Empress than just the pregnancy card. Because in the old times when these cards are made, of course, the Empress being pregnant was the ultimate sign of, you know, you're healthy and your abundance to support the children. And she is totally in abundance. She's totally in her element. She's totally satisfied and queen of the material world. So it's living in comfort, having good health. Everything in this physical world is positive with the Empress shows up there. Some of you could be even your own mothers. And sometimes Empress says when there's been a health issue that it's going to be okay too, because it's very much a card of health. Okay, so keep that in mind, that you are the Empress, or you're going to be fine. You are abundant. You are taken care of by the universe. You're okay. Because it says that there is some things. You got 9 and 10 of Pentacles in reverse here. So there may be some financial things that are frustrating that are going on right now. But Empress is saying you're going to be okay. You're going to come out of this okay. The Five of Swords is in the midst of it, as if there's nothing that really can be done about it. Five of Swords is like, I feel this way and you feel that way. Clash. You know, we clash. We don't agree. Or it's like it's an immovable force. You can't get past this. It's not going to... Action. 8 of Rods is a card of action. In reverse, it's like action's not going to do any good right now. You know, because you're up against a brick wall. Temperance is still in this lineup here, this top row. And Temperance does talk about all things in good time. Balance, harmony. Angels and guides are working on it. They're with you. You don't walk alone in this life. You've got plenty of helpers walking with you, and they're on the job. They're working it out. They're working with you. Okay? And you are the Empress. Remember that. You're in the Empress abundance. Okay? So just because this thing is frustrating, it's not working out, it's probably, again, because it's not for you. 2 of Rods in reverse is like, it's not for me. 2 of Rods upright is seeing your path clear. The sun is rising. This is the road I want to go on. In reverse, it's like, not for you. Not the right way to go. So it's like, hang in there. Hang in there, because things are going to change for the better, and the right thing is going to come along. And Temperance is putting it together. You know, it's like, well, I gotta make sure that this person's here and this person's here. It's like a big chess game almost, with your spirit guides and angels trying to line things up for you. You know, and they're 10 steps ahead of wherever we could see. We don't know what's going to happen. There's so many synchronicities that'll come into play, and magical events that come into play, you know, that we could never see coming. So it's about trusting and staying in that vibe of the Empress vibe there, right? Empress too could be like your mother, grandmother, somebody who was that to you, that nurturer to you. And maybe they're around you. Maybe they're one of the, if they've passed on, maybe they're one of the people that are help orchestrating this for you. But also, I feel like it's somebody to look up to. Like, you know, maybe they lived through the Depression, but yet they, you know, never, they made it, everything of their home beautiful and everybody had food and whatever. You know, things like that. But anyways, back to this. King of Pentacles shows up. King of Pentacles could be an earth man or earth person, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. Older person, established, financially secure. He's offering you that money, you know, he's holding out that pentacle to you. And that's the card of, you know, he's going to say, I'm going to give you some money. It's usually not I'm going to give you some money. It's usually I'm going to pay you to do a job, or I'm going to invest in you, or he might be the boss, or, you know, I'm going to hire you, or it's those kind of things. But he's in the upright position. He's Earth, or it could be earthy, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. We're not having any, the sun's not going to be in Earth during February. And I don't believe we're having any, the full moons in Leo, new moons Aquarius, so we won't be having any moons in Earth. But he's somebody that's coming along, and he's heaven sent here. He lines right up with this Temperance here, so he lines up with being sent in to help you out. You know, I do have the sun and the moon here together, and often that can mean a lunar or solar event, the new moon or the full moon. The new moon's on the 3rd in Leo. That's going to be in your 2nd house of money on your solar chart. And the full moon, or excuse me, the new moon, the full moon's on the 3rd, excuse me, I'm wrong on that one. And then the 18th is going to be the other one. So those dates could still be key for you. That'll be an Aquarius. Sun is all about shining and glowing, using your fullest potential. I feel like this guy's got an opportunity for you that's going to allow you to be shining, glowing, using all your full potential. 7 of Cups is here, and I like the 7 of Cups because it's a loose interpretation of what you want for your future. It's not about being real specific. And the looser you are, the more room there is for spirits and angels to come in and fill in the blanks with better things than you might have ever thought of, okay? So 7 of Cups is there. Getting to do, like, it could be your dream job here. This could be like your dream job, totally. And an offer. They're making you an offer. This other thing that you wanted or you're frustrated about, I feel like Moon in Reverse is kind of really lining up with that. It's like, don't be so quick to rush into something or try to make a change here, because it's Moon in Reverse. You don't have the whole picture on this at all. And sometimes 7 of Cups can be too, like you're making a fantasy out of it. Like you're fantasizing it way better than it actually would be. The universe has got your back. The angelic forces has got your back. Maybe your grandmother or somebody here too is helping out, watching over you. And they're working on it. They're putting this together and that together to make the perfect combination. And it's coming in the form of the King of Pentacles. Again, could be a woman. The money person. They're the person that's going to seize your talents too. And you're just what they're looking for. Wants to utilize all your talents and abilities. Is looking for somebody just like you to fill the slot of theirs, you know. And be ready to be that person. Even if it's not quite what you had in mind, you know, forget it. Just go with what shows up. Because something's going to be showing up here. It may not be what you're expected, but it may be even something even better than you expected. Wouldn't that be cool? I think so. Okay. So let's take a look at this animal card for you guys. Let's see what's going on for February. Now this will be the last month that I'll be using these Ted Andrews cards, because I'm going to go ahead and switch over to, at least the imagery from my deck should be ready by next month. So probably this will be the last time for the Ted Andrews deck. Which, as I said when I started using it, I was never that thrilled about it. But I'm thrilled about Ted Andrews. I think his book, The Animal Speaks, is an awesome animal book. But these cards never were so hot, honestly. And that could have been all a part of my puzzle, right? That I couldn't find my medicine cards. I had these cards, they weren't so hot, to kind of push me into doing my own deck. Oh, there was 2 there. Didn't want to come out as 1. There it goes. And thanks everybody who's been commenting and confirmation, you know, acknowledging their, you know, that they've seen this stuff. So you get the beetle. It says necessary decisions for goals as far as the beetle goes. So, yeah, stay tuned. I'm going to be back with my interpretation of the beetle. And I'm going to show you guys. I've gotten quite far with these cards. I'll lay that on you. And I have one other announcement I'm going to make, too, at the end of the video. So stay tuned for that. I'll be right back with beetle, so don't go away. The beetle is an ancient symbol of transformation, death and rebirth, resurrection and new life. The beetle's appearance heralds a time of protection in all our endeavors and decisions, and transformation to a new way of life. Okay, before we go, I want to again just thank everybody for all your comments about how you've been getting confirmation on these animal totems. And I'm going to show you some of my, where I'm at with the progress. And I think it's kind of cool. I showed it on the last astrology video about how we go from a sketch to then I take it into Illustrator, and then we go to, which is make nice clean lines and a vector drawing, and then I finish it off in Photoshop and with the final card and add a lot of texture and depth and color. So I'm going to go ahead and just keep showing you guys some. And while I'm showing you the rest of some of these cards that I'm doing, I wanted to ask again, I know I mentioned it in the astrology video, but I know I don't, like some of you don't watch the astrology and not the cards and vice versa. But I'm really looking for an app developer who has some knowledge of some of these mystical things. I really want to do a tarot app, and I'd love to do an app for this new animal totem cards. But even more so, I want to do an astrology app so much because there just isn't an astrology app out there that can do the things that I want to do. I've been mulling this around for a few years. I have detailed things of how I want it to look and operate and function. I just need somebody who knows code who can, you know, go ahead and maybe help me with that part of it. So go ahead, if anybody you guys know anybody, please email me and let me know about that. Back to the animal totems, like a lot of you, again, I know you don't watch the astrology, but I've been having so much confirmation, a lot of it coming from you, so definitely keep commenting and tell me about that. But the other thing on that astrology video, the last one I did for the Aquarius new moon, about 3 minutes and 40-some seconds in, this hawk just crashed into the window while I was doing the reading. You don't see it crash into the window, but you hear it. It's clunk, and I'm like flipping out, and I turned the camera onto the window, and you could see it in the bushes and the trees there, but it flew off. And I want to note that this is not a, yeah, confirmation about the animal deck, yes, but there's more to this. This window also is not like a big picture window outside of a deck. It's set back in a nook. There's a huge forsythia bush in the way. I mean, he was coming to me. It was pretty obvious. And if that window wouldn't have been there, it probably would have landed right on my shoulder, the way I was sitting. And it was a splat. I just see the splat of I hear clunk, and I hear the splat of this thing. You can watch it. It's at like 3 minutes and 40-something. I don't know if I'll be able to put the thing on there. But I know what it was telling me, because the hawks are the messenger. It's like, speak, you know, soar to new heights, be yourself, speak your truth. Because for a long time, I wrote a book. I wrote another book, and I want to thank everybody, too, who does do my astrology, tarot in the modern world book, you know, and likes it and everything. But I wrote a book of fiction. And the original idea actually came to me in the 90s. And I was mulling it around in my head. I finally started really writing it in 2011. And I published it in 2012, just for copyright purposes mainly. But I haven't come out about it, really. And I've been putting it off, and then I said, well, when the Uranus conjuncts the South Node, I'll definitely come out about it. And that's when that video was, the astrology video. And as I started the video, I was thinking to myself, I'm not going to talk about this book. And then crash, this hawk came out. So it's like, you better. It's like that hawk was telling me, you better talk about it. So I am going to talk about it some more. I mentioned it in the other video, but as I said, I know a lot of you don't watch both. So here it is. It's a work of fiction, and it's called Starseed, A Pleiadian Tale of Love, by V.M. Lariv, which is a pen name. Lariv is an anagram of Verley, so that's how I came up with that. I drew the cover art. It's Othvar. You know, it's meant to be, it's a work of fiction, but it's also meant to be a teaching book, you know, and it's stuff about, you're going to learn, it's about the story of Rory Lang and her awakening, basically. And there's a lot of things in it, like on the line of the Celestine Prophecy, how it's a fiction story, but there's spiritual insights as well. So that's kind of the approach I was trying to take, although it's, other than that, the story's nothing like the like that. It's a Pleiadian tale of love. It's meant to be like a paranormal romance. Um, like as I said, I published it mainly just to copyright it because I was sending it out to some people. I mean, it's a good read. It's a short story. It's got some humor. I try to have some humor in it. Rory's a bartender. You know, it's loosely based on some of my experiences, but it's still, you know, I would say 90% fiction. Okay, and then there's different people in there. Some of like Helga is a composite character of all the great bar broads that I've known in my life. These older women who are just, you know, so the crazy things they've said and done and their strength, and I've just, you know. They definitely came up in the time when it was a man's world, but they made their own way. And I mean, it's meant to be humorous. But it needs a little going over. I imagine it would need an editor, work with an editor, or possibly my arm's getting tired, or a screenwriter, really, maybe even to help me like convert it into a script might be a nice way to go. But the universe is telling me to put out there. The hot crashing in the window was like, don't you dare chicken out. You put that out there. So I'm doing it. I'm putting it out here. You know, because really, I'm so into working on this animal deck right now. That's what I'm so focused on. But you know, I got to walk the talk. I'm listening to Spirit, and it's telling me to put it out. It's not for everybody. No, you know, it might be too far out there for a lot of people, but it might not be for others. And like a lot of the stuff, I had confirmation. Like watching videos of like Dolores Cannon. I didn't know about Dolores Cannon during the time that I was writing this, and when I watched a lot of her stuff and her information, definitely confirmed a lot of what I was getting, and tried to incorporate in this book. So that was nice confirmation. I'm so sorry to hear of her passing too, because I really thought she was such a cool lady. I wanted to meet her. I wanted to go to her thing in Arkansas, but you know, too late now. But anyways, you know, her work lives on. Okay, so this is it. This is Starseed. And again, thank you for everybody who's been buying and Tarot in the Modern World. And again, if you're watching this video to learn tarot, this is the book. You know, this kind of tells it all. Thanks for commenting and leaving stuff on YouTube and on Amazon, commenting and rating the book. I'm so grateful. Grateful for everybody who has, you know, commenting and donating and ordering readings and sharing and liking my videos. Remember that you are love and beauty incarnate, and I'll speak to you soon.